Chapter 9, Little House of Horrors. A moment of stunned silence passes over you as Tyson, Lucky, and Zare as you register Koda's body laying at your feet. Then the horror of it all hits you at once. Oh my god. Oh my god! Sam! Without hesitation, Tyson yanks you away from the doorway as you lock your eyes on Koda's mutilated frame. Tyson's voice tries to cut through the haze. You're okay. Can you hear me? You're fine. You squeeze your eyes shut as the images of Destiny's vacant stare and blood gushing from Alan's neck threaten to push their way to the forefront. But as the screams from the crowd of the parade and the thud of Koda's body dropping to the ground echo in your ears, you dig deep to find your inner strength. You had enough fortitude to weather the storm. I'm okay, I'm safe, nothing can hurt me. Bit by bit, you feel your heart rate slowing back to its usual pace. When you blink open your eyes, you find Tyson standing in front of you, his gaze concerned. Are you okay? I will be when we figure out who the hell is doing this. And I think our killer finally slipped up. Koda's body was still warm when it fell on me, so the killer must be nearby. Lucky rushes past Koda's corpse and out into the night, looking around the expanse of the estate only to shake her head. There's nothing out here, Sam. Probably because the killer is in here. I don't know about you guys, but I am not going to be the next victim. As Lucky grabs a lamb from the nearby side table, hefting it into a baseball bat pose, you hurry to stand between her and the others. Lucky, you've got to put that down. Nobody else is gonna die. But before you can finish, Zare scoffs. Especially not her. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Guys, come on. Tyson tries to intercede, but Zare holds up a hand to cut him off. It means nobody here could take you if we wanted to. If we're going off bicep size alone, you're the most likely suspect. The muscles in Lucky's arm bulge as she adjusts her grip on the lamp, and for the first time you realize just how strong Lucky really is. Who do you side with? Zare? I mean, off bicep size? You've always been buff. Lucky's practically lived in the weight room since we were in high school. That doesn't mean anything. See, Sam gets it. And more than that, we don't know that strength had anything to do with Koda's death. The killer could have been slight in stature and caught him by surprise. The words are out of your mouth before you notice Zare crossing slender arms over a diminutive chest, their gaze locked on you. What exactly are you trying to say, Sam? You think it was me? I never said that. You didn't say you didn't think it either. I didn't know this was Twitter. If anyone should be under the scrutiny, it's the stalker of Marillic Island. Sam already said Zare knew exactly which tunnels to take to get anywhere in secret. I'm not the one who kept a secret. What about summa cum lying ass grocery boy? Zare levies an accusing finger in Tyson's direction, and though you reach for the lamp, your Lucky jerks away and heads straight for Tyson, pointing the lampshade at him. Zare's right! And you've hardly said a word this whole time. Think you can just fly under the radar, killer? Whoa. I haven't said anything because I'm trying to preserve our friendship, not because I'm a murderer. Look at how we're turning on each other. And for what? Why are we so sure it was one of us? Who else could it be, Ty? I don't know, an island full of people? How about the reporter? Not to be gross, but a nose isn't exactly proof she's dead. You think she'd, what, cut it off and send it to me as a ruse? Stranger things have happened. Maybe, but not many. The conversation devolves into bickering again, and as all three of them go at it, you look on, dreading the idea that one of them may be harboring a deadly secret. I don't like to think that any of them could do this, but What if the killer really is among us? Koda's body is warm. She literally confessed that, and we're not calling the cops right now. You study Lucky's athletic build, Sarah's cunning eyes, Tyson's silent, disarming demeanor. Who do you suspect the most? Oh my god. We have Zare, Lucky, Tyson. I really have not had enough sleep for this shit. Who do you suspect the most? I don't suspect any of them. We'll go with Zare. A suspect has been chosen. It's always the quiet ones, is a saying, for a reason. Zare's changed a lot since I knew them last, but maybe too much. You tune back into the conversation. It's just as Lucky uses the lamp, its heavy base as a gavel, banging it on the side table. I might not know who the killer is for sure, but I know one thing. I am not spending one more second in the murder house. I'm going home. Right behind you. I think that's probably for the best. Good night, Sam. As Koda lays on the ground. Wait. As they turn to leave, you plant yourself in front of the door, spreading your arms wide. Listen, clearly we don't know who killed Koda, but what I do know is staying here will help us each test each other. If the killer's not one of us, we make perfect bait. Y'all are not leaving here alone with a dead body. I mean, I kind of want to go with that one, but at the same time, test each other. If the killer's one of us, then splitting up gives them the perfect opportunity to pick us off one by one. But if we all stick together, eventually we'll be able to figure out whose story doesn't add up. For a moment, silence falls over you and your group, and then Sam has a point. We know each other pretty well. There's no way the killer won't slip up eventually. Not to mention anyone who doesn't want to stay looks sus. Exactly. So who's with me? No one looks ecstatic about the idea, but one by one you get begrudging nods from the others and you let out a shaky breath. Okay, now, in case the killer is someone out there and not in here, we should focus on securing the doors and windows to make sure no one can get in. Yeah, but if no one can get in, that means no one can get out either, Sam. You look around and your friends size each other up, distrust permeating the air. Quickly you step in. Well, then we'll leave the second floor alone in case we need to escape. Now, come on, let's get to work. Together, you spend the next few hours nailing down the downstairs windows shut and moving furniture to block the doors. Ready? 1, 2, 3, lift! But even as you work, the lingering tension never fades. Lucky never puts down the lamp. Zare doesn't turn their back on any of you, and Tyson sticks to your side like glue. Eventually, you turn to him. Is this really how things are going to be? Earlier this week, it felt like we were closer than ever, and now nobody trusts each other. Shh. He looks around warily at the rest of your friends, and you notice all of them cutting eyes at you suspiciously. It'll be okay, Sam. Eventually, we'll all find our way back to each other, and you know you'll always have me, but for now... Someone is trying to kill us all, and you know what they say. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Tyson gets back to work. As you do turn to do the same, you catch Zare sliding a letter opener off an end table into their pocket. They look up in time to catch you staring, and as they play it off with a forced smile, a chill runs down your spine. I'm going to quietly convince them to put it back. You meet their smile with one of your own, and casually make your way over to test the window they've just nailed shut. Good work. I can't even get it to budge. Well, isn't it the point nobody gets in or out? In, mostly. As you turn to lock eyes with Zare, your voice drops to a whisper. Unless your letter opener is going to handle the not getting out part. Slowly, Zare's smile slips from their face. I don't know what you're talking about. Tensions are high enough already around here, and people do crazy things when they feel trapped. That fight nearly came to blows. What do you think will happen if I tell the others what's in your pocket? Watch as realization floods their face, and Zaire gives the room a cursory glance before stepping closer to avoid being overheard. I know what you're thinking, but I only took it to protect myself. I don't care why you took it. Put it back. Now. Watch as Zaire wordlessly retrieves the letter opener from their pocket and sets it back on the table. Then you meet their gaze. I'm watching you. Now, get back to work. Silently, you go back to sealing the exits, and when you look over again, sometime later, the windows have Zaire's full focus. Looks like that's all of them. Then we should call it a night. I don't know about you guys, but I'm exhausted. You take a look at your crew, and only then do you notice the warily carving lines in their faces. The events of the last few days have aged you all by years, but as your eyes flicker over to Koda's lifeless body, you know there's more to be done. I'll be right up. I just need a minute to say goodbye. Lucky, Tyson and Zaire nod quietly and head off to bed, and the silence of the house settles down on you. You grab a blanket, kneel to drape it over your friend. I don't know what to do, Koda. Either someone in the house is out to kill us, or they're my only hope against whoever is. How am I supposed to know who to trust? I wish you could just tell me who did this to you. Have you checked his pulse? I'm just saying. No? You get no response, and with a sigh you pull the blanket over Koda's face, a cold resolve settling over you. But since you can't, I guess I'll have to rely on my gut to plan my next move. My gut says Tyson was right, preparation is key, and I don't need anything deadly. Just something to slow the killer down enough to give me the upper hand. You glance around the room, and as your eye catches on plenty of options to ambush your unnamed foe, you start to see the plan take shape. Diamond choice. She's been cut twice. Koda's body's laying on the floor. We're not calling the police. Oh, you can't make this shit up. Even if only it buys me a few seconds, the advantage could be the difference between life and death. But since I don't know where the threat is coming from, I'll need to cover my bases. You head for the base of the stairs, surveying the small patch of flooring between them and the front door. If I put something loud down here, it could act as a warning that someone's coming up the stairs, and maybe even trip the killer up, give them a taste of their own medicine. I just need to figure out what to use. Your eyes land on a discarded roll of bubble wrap. Destiny used to protect the valuables during the party, and the rope the killer used to hang their bloody banner. Bubble wrap. Or the rope. Prioritize safety. I'll put down some bubble wrap in front of the door and on the stairs. Carefully, you unroll the bubble wrap, tape it down before standing back up and observing your work. In the dark, no one will even know that that's there. Safe but effective. Perfect. You step over the contraption and climb the stairs, because the killer won't think to do that too. As you reach the hallway, you take in the proximity of the bedrooms where your friends have claim to each other and to yours. As much as I hate to think it, if the killer is one of the gang, then we're all sitting ducks. I need to put something to put them at a disadvantage. Plastic wrap calls to you from the railing where the drunken party-gooders used it to do beer slingshot. Down the hall, you spot bath oils on the edge of the tub. Okay, so if I plastic wrap the hallway, that means everyone is trapped in their own rooms, except for the knife-wielding person who's looking to kill you. If I put oil on the floor, and people are trying to escape, they get to slip on the floor, and be at a disadvantage too. Who wrote this shit? If I stretch a few layers across the hall at shin height, I should be able to trip anyone who tries to come this way. You stretch the 3 layers across the hall, about a foot off the ground, and stand back and take it all in. We're home alone. I'm serious. I should add something on the ground to the other side, something that hurts but doesn't do any crazy damage. You sneak down the hall and in your old playroom to grab the bucket of plastic blocks from the corner. We call them Legos. These should definitely do the trick. Unless they're wearing shoes, quietly you scatter them down the hall as you make your way to your room. Now, I just need something to trap the killer long enough for me to see who they are. Open the nearby closet and crouch down to rifle through some of the junk shoved at the bottom, only to pull out your father's old fishing net and a rusty bear trap he found years ago while exploring the forest. The net will definitely do the job, but the trap will do that and then some. Well then clearly screw anyone's ankle/shin. The rusty thing will basically be invisible in the dark. They should run right into it and get the surprise of their life. You hook the chain to a nearby vent and brace your hands against either side of the spring-located plate, locking the mechanism in place. Imagine you're one of the 3 people in your rooms right now, and you're just hearing all this commotion outside going, oh my god, the killer's outside the door, as you leave the set trap in the middle of the hall. You step around it carefully, giving it a wide berth. If that won't hold them, nothing will. As you edge your way back to your room, you feel a pang of regret. I hate that it's come to this. I used to trust these people with my life, and now I'm setting traps in case one of them is secretly a murderer. But as sad as it is, when it comes down to me and my loved ones, I'm ready to do whatever it takes. With the thoughts of Alan, Destiny, Koda, and the countless others that met their ends by the killer's hand in mind, you turn off the hallway light and head for your bedroom. But as you open the door to your room, you find Zaire sitting on the edge of your bed. You didn't plan for that now, did you? Zaire, I thought you went to bed. Yeah, I was going to, but there's just something I need to get off my chest. Inside your chest, your heart pounds. Relax, Sam. Zaire is one of your oldest friends, or maybe they're here to kill you. No pressure. You clutch the doorknob in your fist, hesitating between coming in and slamming it closed, and as Zaire's eyes flicker to your grasp, you assess the situation. I'm gonna hear them out. Against your better judgment, you take a breath and casually make your way into the room, as if it were any other day. Okay, what's up? You lean against your desk, inches away from where Zaire sits, in a blatant show of faith, they heave a sigh of relief. After what happened downstairs, I was worried you wouldn't trust me at all. I don't think I could handle that. I don't trust any of you, because right now, you're the only one I trust completely, and I have something to show you. Zaire pulls out their phone and starts to look through it. I was texting with Koda after Alan died, and he had a request. They hand the phone over, and curious, you take a look at the screen. If anything ever happens to me, open the envelope in my bedroom drawer and follow the instructions. Do you think he knew something about the killer, or had a guess about their identity? I don't know, but I want to find out, and I want you to come with me. I don't know. Look, I know everyone is a suspect right now, but I had hoped that Koda trusted me with whatever this is. You might trust me too. As they stare hopefully back at you, you can't help but falter. I know I can't trust them because they're my friend, but I'm curious to know what Koda wanted them to know. It is a dying wish. Gonna be your dying wish. Okay, let's do it. Great, now we just have to figure a way out of here that doesn't involve any first floor windows or doors. I think I know just the way. You lead Zaire out the same window Destiny led you through just days ago and make your way to Koda's house, creeping past his grandmother asleep in the living room as the TV watches her. His room is eerily still, and a half-eaten candy bar rests on his desk, as if he could be back any moment. Wow, so weird being here without him. Let's hurry up and find the envelope, so we can get out of here. You head over to Koda's desk and open some of the bottom drawers. Sure enough, taped to the bottom is a plain envelope. Rabbit. Alright, Koda, let's see what you have to say. You pull out the note Inside and unfolded, reading it loud to Zaire. If you're reading this, I'm probably dead, but as my friend, I'm entrusting you with this very important task. Deleting and destroying all of my inappropriate and embarrassing stuff before Unky can see it. Oh, Lord. I didn't think they would do it. It was a good joke, but I didn't think they would do it. You mean we came all the way here to delete his search history? A job, only truest to friends. Zaire takes the note from you, reading aloud. Here's a list of passwords for all my accounts I wrote down where everything else is hidden. I'm counting on you. Love, Koda. I can't believe this. Is it ridiculous? Yeah, but it's kind of funny, and it definitely feels like something he'd do. Yeah, something I'd do too, but you know, I don't think anyone would actually listen to my envelope. Anyway, let's just take care of the list and get out of here. Why don't I take care of his digital footprint and you look for hidden stuff around her? Sounds good. Well, clearly you won't find magazines under his mattress anymore. They don't do those anymore, right? As Zaire checks for the location of the first item on the list, you log on to Koda's computer. I'll start with his search history. Clearly that's the reason you're here. You navigate through the many private browser tabs Koda left open on his computer. Oh, Koda. How do you just leave this open on your computer? This is true. Is that what I think it is? 2 girls, 1 bucket, and you know what I'm saying, but they know. Let's just say I didn't know he was into this type of thing, and leave it at that. Don't leave us in suspense, tell us! That might be the nicest thing anyone has done for me. You close each tab open, but just as you're about to clear the history, you notice a weird inquiry. How to tell your friend they're in an unhealthy relationship. What's this doing here? You start to scroll back to see what other searches were made around this time. Okay, that's done. How's it going over there, Sam? Only for Zaire to turn your way. Quickly, you delete the history. So far, so not completely traumatizing. Lucky you. I've been wading through his journals, and I've gotta say, it's really weird reading the innermost thoughts of someone who no longer has any, you know? Huh, I wouldn't have expected the Koda to be the journaling type. Me neither. It makes me wonder how much we really knew about him, you know? You and me both. Also, where's his shrine? Remember the whole shrine Koda had? Where the hell is it? As Zaire gets back to work, their words resonate, and you turn back to the computer. What else were you hiding, Koda? You click into the address bar in his browser history, and as you type www, the auto cap drop down suggests clock app and pictogram. Reset his scrub his pictogram. I guess clock app? I don't know. All the note says underneath clock app is, I don't know how I got on this side of book clock, but I'm in too deep now. Well, that's not weird or ominous at all. But maybe while I'm here, I can check the clock app friends list. You log onto his clock app, and before the narration of a man trimming a cow's hoof can start, you click over to Koda's profile. The mutuals with mostly everyone he's friends with, and as far as I can tell, everyone else goes to his school. What am I missing? With a sigh, you reset the algorithm and briefly check out his post. But they're just of Koda, making niche movie references, using popular audios, some of them doing pretty well. Really gonna miss you. Oh my god. What? You launch your feet, ready for anything, only to turn and come face to face with Fluger. Flugity flog. Flugity flug. The air bounces. The strings dance playfully in your face, and you shove them away. Get the thing away from me. You have no idea where it's been. Considering the size of Koda's stash of intimates, I've got a pretty good idea. This is so sacrilege. He asked us here to get rid of the stuff, not make fun of him. We're supposed to respect the dead and be sad and think fast. There rifles through the door with speed and tosses something your way. Without thinking, you open your hands. Okay. At the last second, you dodge the end of an item and stare at Zare and Chalk. Zare! Oh, come on. Only then do you hear the breaking in their voice, and once it becomes clear that they're feeling everything you are and then some. Is that sad our friend is dead? Yes, of course. Would I give anything to have him back? Without a doubt. But there's no way Koda invited us over to get rid of these. They hold up a pair of tiny latex underwear, and though their eyes water, they're smiling when the tears fall. And didn't think we weren't gonna get a laugh out of it. Koda lived a full life. Who are we to sanitize that down to fit into a narrative we want? For a moment, you feel a well of emotions bubbling to the surface, and your sadness is reflected in Zare's face. There's no way a killer could fake this level of emotion, right? Oh, honey. If Koda was here, he'd smack you upside the head. Still, the knot in your stomach won't leave, and rather than study it endlessly, you force your feelings down and take the underwear, giving the thin material a healthy stretch. The swan baths he must have had in these would have been terrible. Only Koda would be crazy enough to buy these. Hey, that's why we loved him, right? Damn straight, but we need to get these out of here while we still have the chance. Let's get back to work. With a teary smile, you slingshot them at Zare and whip out Koda's phone, punching in the passcode before settling in. I should delete everything in the Notes app, all text threads. All text threads. You give Koda a glance for the directions he left for his phone. Delete any message threads that aren't with family, and if there are any weird contact names, delete them too. Well, easy enough. You open Koda's messages, and as you start to go through them, you notice large chunks of Koda's conversations with Destiny missing. These messages end so abruptly. There's no way this is the whole chat. And they pick up in the middle of a thought, almost like Koda and Des were talking about talking somewhere else first and moved over to text. Everything okay? Zare's voice shocks you back to reality, and though you're sure the surprise is written all over your face, you delete the thread and hold up your group chat for Zare to see. I know it's what Koda wanted, but deleting our group chat is just so final. You're also, interfering with an investigation and removing possible evidence, but we won't talk about that. Wow, yeah, this is heavy, but we still can leave him in the group though, right? The note didn't say to remove him. Well, then we'll just keep our convos appropriate going forward. Besides, I don't think I'm ready for a chat without him yet. Make your way through the rest of the messages, only leaving the conversations with people clearly marked as family members. Okay, almost done. I'm gonna wipe his chatter account, and then there's just a few things left. Me too. Just bagging everything to throw away somewhere. You log on to his other social media and go to delete any inappropriate or embarrassing posts, but a notification for an unread DM catches your attention. Whoa, it's from Destiny. She sent it on the day that she died. You open the thread and start to read the last few messages. Surprise, surprise, Backpack is definitely not taking the LA news well. Uh-oh, what happened? What I expected. Don't go, I need you, followed by becoming a stage 5 clinger. And at this point, it's kind of manipulative, No, because you still won't tell me who it is. Doesn't matter, we're basically broken up. Basically. What the hell does that mean? That I'm ignoring them like a bad rash until I leave. You're still gonna go? Of course, I want this bad, and no one is worth sacrificing my dream for. Whoa, Destiny only sent that message a few minutes before she died. And it looks like Koda didn't know who she was seeing either. Alright, Sam. I'm ready when you are. Quickly, you delete the account before standing and looking around Koda's room for the last time. Congratulations, you deleted imperative evidence. Oh, boy. Ready. You and Zare make your way back, crawling in through the upstairs window and flopping down onto your bed. Well, it wasn't much help in catching the killer, but I'm still glad we did what Koda wanted. Me too. Did you find anything interesting? Actually, I think Koda was texting Destiny right before she died. Like, right before. Whoa. Why didn't he say anything? I don't know. Maybe he wasn't sure if we'd think he was more or less guilty because of it? Or he didn't trust any of us enough to tell us? Yeah, there's been a lot of that lately. Zare looks at you pointedly and you feel yourself tense. Zare, I know what you're thinking, but I'm not the killer. And after finding out everyone's secrets, I can't be the only one you have doubts on. You look at the work schedule, hospital bracelet, voice recorder you dumped on your desk in your mad rush to the police station. I guess I could never get a chance to look at this stuff. You reach for the recorder you found at Mr. Delphin's house, when suddenly you hear the snapping of bubble wrap coming from downstairs. What was that? Shh. You freeze, listening closely to the sounds of someone creeping slowly but steadily up the stairs. Someone set off my trap. You look around for something, anything you can use as a weapon. A brass bookend and an umbrella. A brass bookend. What trap? As you pull open the globe-shaped bookends off the nearby shelf, Zare jumps back. Whoa, what are you planning to do with that? To kill you! Whatever I have to in order to survive. Follow me. You lead a confused Zare in your closet. Inside the closet, you drop to your knees and push your way to the back, shoving fallen clothes and shoes out of your way. I know it's somewhere back here. Found it. You find the indent of the sliding panel on the back wall and tug it open. What the? Shh, no time. Come on. Grab their hand and lead them carefully into the dark passage behind the panel. Careful, it's pretty narrow in here. What is this place? It's a passage between mine and Destiny's room. We used it all the time when we were kids. We should come out right. As you slide the panel in, Destiny's wall will open, and you and Zare tumble out of Destiny's closet and into her room. Here. Whoa! You look up to find a startled Tyson standing over your mouth agape. What's going on? Where did you two even come from? A secret portal. Shh. Zare, rushes to the door and locks it. Someone's here. They were on their way to Sam's room, so we snuck in here through the closet. What? A violent thud sounds in your room, and seconds later, there's a frantic knock at the door. Zare opens it to reveal Lucky's panicked face. There you guys are. Can you hear that noise? I think someone's in the house. You can hardly keep yourself from falling on your knees with relief when you see her. Guys, look around. Someone broke in and is rampaging in my room, but we're all here. You say that like it's a good thing. Don't you know what that means? None of us is the killer. I don't want to say knew it, but at the same time, I'm sorry for doubting any of you. Can I just go, aha, I figured it out and I did it all by myself? How about that? I don't know which to pick, man. I'm sorry for doubting any of you. Just screw it. Seriously, the past few days have made me crazy, but I can't believe I ever thought any of you could have done this. Me too. I'm so sorry, guys. Turns out, being hunted by a murderer will really cloud your judgment. I'm sorry, too. Another thud sounds and the gravity of the situation settles over you all. Tyson clears his throat. Guys, if we're all about to die, I just want to say that I love you all, and I'm glad we could go out as friends. As Tyson blinks back tears, a fire starts to burn in your chest. No, screw that. We've gone through too much to just roll over and give up now. Nobody else dies tonight, not if I have anything to say about it. You look around at your friends, the people you love most in the world, and in that moment you decide, enough is enough. I'm done running from this maniac. It's time to stand our ground. Hell yeah. It's 4 versus 1, and together we can take whatever idiot was bold enough to walk in through that door. Are you guys with me? Let's get this loser. I got a question before we begin this period of stupidity. How did they get in without being heard? Like, we nailed everything shut, the door, like you would think that they would have slammed into it, you know. I'm asking for a friend. They're not gonna know what hit them. Scooby and the gang is gonna take them down. You survey the room still messy from the party, and amidst the discarded cans and empty solo cups, you spot someone's abandoned football pads. Those would do a decent job stopping a knife blade, and if I land a good hit, they're definitely gonna hurt. Listen, I need a nap. Here, help me put these on, said no football player ever. You scoop up the pads and your friends help you strap them on. Okay, everybody, let's make the psycho pay. They've terrorized our home for the last time. This ends here and now. You lead your friends out of Destiny's room and into the hall that's pitch black. As you approach the door to your room, thank God you didn't put oil all over the floor, the sounds of the killer thrashing everything gets louder and louder. 1, 2, 3. You kick open the door in one swift motion, startling the killer as they're in the middle of shredding your pillow. Oh my God. Huh? Hey, you. I should rush them, taunt them, ram them with the football pads, attack them with my weapon. Why not? You charge them, angling the hard shell of your shoulder pad down to catch them in the chest. Not so much fun when you're on the other end, huh?
I'm having plenty of fun. You, on the other hand...
The killer draws back to slash at you, only for the blade to merely skim the padding, leaving you unharmed. Not this time. Careful, guys, they've got a knife. No, really. Pushing for your friends to stay back, but they stand firmly just inside the doorway. You okay? Never better.
Get back, all of you. You will let me leave this room.
No, I don't think so. And the killer brandishes the knife again, their eyes scanning between the 4 of you, and you can practically feel their desperation fill the room. Their back is literally against the wall. I can't chance what they'll do trying to break free. You fight to smother your anger at the situation, trying only to focus on your need to protect your friends. Do what they say, guys. I don't want anyone else getting hurt.
That's right. Back to the hallway.
You do what they say, backing out of the room and giving them enough space to get by you. What the actual civilized hell is this? Even if I have to let you go for now, I will get you.
It's been a pleasure. I think I'll be going now.
The killer turns to leave, but the second their back is turned, Zare darts forward. They take an empty wine bottle left in the hall from the party and bring it down hard on the back of the killer's head. What are you doing? I don't care what they do to me. They're not getting away. Zare, the only one with a brain. Zare keeps hold of the broken bottle, pulling it back and going in to jab at the killer's side. But the killer blocks it with their arm, sending the bottle crashing to the floor. They rear back, bringing the blade forward with a mighty swipe. Zare, watch out! I should jump on the killer's back. Lucky and Tyson to get the knife, pulls Zare back. I would assume... You know what? Screw it. Leave them alone. You launch yourself onto the killer before they have a chance to turn around, wrapping your arms around their neck. And as the killer staggers under you, you squeeze your arms tighter.
Get breathe.
Good. Don't let go. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Desperate, the killer rears back, slamming you against the wall, but the football padding absorbs most of the force, keeping your head protected. You're not wearing a helmet, though! Oh, Christ! You're gonna have to try harder than that. You bear down even tighter until, in a fit of panic, the killer wrenches out of your grasp. I don't know how, but okay. As the killer advances on you, knife ready in their hand, you let out a breath. Bring it on.
For you, anything.
As the killer raises the blade in their fist, you strike out with a punch and connecting with the killer's nose. They reel back, obviously stunned. I might not have the advantage long. Maybe I could... But before you can formulate a plan, the killer stands, eyes wild, lunges at you with a wild swing, and only for a blur to rush at them. That's enough! It wrenches the killer's arm behind their back and gives them a solid push right into your trap. The killer stumbles, witch trap, right into your saran-wrap barrier, sending them tumbling backwards, and you wince at the sound of their screams as they stomp down on the blocks before cracking their head against the edge of the banister. What the hell? I may have set up a little, something perfect for catching a low-down dirty killer. The killer climbs to their feet, and as you hoped, they fail to notice the bare trap lying in wait. The jaw springs free and trapping their ankle and drawing blood as they try to wrangle free.
Damn it, someone help!
Well, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I don't think so. I've gotta say, it worked better than I thought it would. As the killer groans in pain, clearly not going anywhere, you turn to see the horrified expression on your friends' faces. Remind me not to ever piss you off, Sam. All I did was watch a bunch of Home Alone. What do you want? Come on, let's get them tied up in the living room before they have a chance to escape. Careful to avoid the various components of your trap, like the bubble wrap. You and your friends get the killer tied to a chair. Okay, Psycho, let's see who you really are. 2 days to fight it, the killer lets you pull off the Stabby Joe mask, revealing... Who? Wasn't this the person? Hold on. Wasn't this the guy at the dock when we first got there that was selling Stabby Joe, like, tours and shit? This is our killer? Jesus Christ. You're that weirdo who was stalking me when I first got back. Oh. Whoa, stalking you? All I ever wanted to was to ask a question, but you were so full of yourself, and why? You don't even appreciate your iconic ancestry. You and your sister are a disgrace to Stabby Joe name. At the mention of destiny, you're overwhelmed by the sudden urge to rip his throat out with your bare hands, and only manage to step away. I've heard enough. Let's call the cops. I want to see the mayor explain her way out of this one. You know what? I think it's time Mother Dearest answered for a lot of things. You start to step away, but before you can get too far, you hear the man shout after you. You're trash! Have to abandon the island he prepared for you. The only thing you deserve is death, you spoiled, ungrateful! You turn your head in response, but before he can finish, Tyson grabs a nearby plank and brings it down hard on his head, knocking him unconscious. Never speak us to Sam like that again. Okay, so before we get into this, Lord help me, please remember that if you did enjoy what I do, and the laughs that I bring, and pretty much if you actually enjoyed this video, to like, share, and subscribe. Plenty of other things to do, you know my usual spiel. Anyway, listen, I don't think I got enough sleep, which I didn't. I actually didn't sleep last night. But I'm just going to say this. So, first and foremost, Lord help me, Koda's body was, air quote, and I quote this directly from her, he was still warm. So clearly he had just died, right? Or, typically when you die, right, you get cold pretty quick. I don't know if any of you have encountered someone who pretty much just died, right? But especially as they're dying, they actually get colder. Both they notice it, but also you can physically feel it. Like if you're holding their hand or something, they typically get already colder as they're dying, not just after they die or when they die. So to stand there and say, well, he was still warm, meant there was still maybe a chance we could have saved Koda. We don't know. We'll never know. Okay? I can't say this enough. The shoddy, shitty writing. What the actual. One, we've been stabbed numerous times, and literally and figuratively, and it had nothing to do with the pads we're talking about before now, and literally and figuratively, the damage has never been registered. We never, mended our wounds. Apparently, we're like Wolverine or Deadpool. We just heal ourselves. It just happens, right? Like, one minute you just get stabbed, and the next you're just perfectly fine. It's just acceptable. Like, I still can't get over that. Two, good writers could have called the police. The police could have came over, yada yada yada. They take Koda's body away. You're all distraught. You're all distrustful. Resume what did happen in this book. You could have at least had that happen. Same shit, everything else, but you could have at least had Koda's body taken away. You could have at least made like, oh man, this happened, yada yada yada. The chapter could have been longer too. It could have been more well written. The whole 9 yards. And again, we don't know if Koda actually died. If you remember in Scream, right? Remember how the one person supposedly, got stabbed and it was, oh my god, no, they're dead. And then they faked their death, right? They were laying on the floor the whole time. The same thing happened in Saw, where literally the guy was faking his death through 3/4 of the film. So, we don't even know if Koda is actually dead. He literally and figuratively could have been still alive. Secondly, this isn't over. Clearly, we're only on chapter 9, going into 10, and the guy just kind of blurbed it in case you didn't catch it, which was literally and figuratively, he prepared the island for you, blah, 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 blah. So this guy's copycat, assistant, would you like a coffee, Mr. Smith? That's what this guy is. He's just an assistant. He's someone who goes around and does something while literally and figuratively the mastermind behind it all knows that the most likely Scooby in the gang is going to end up pulling it off and getting him, and you're not going to register it, and then all of a sudden the main bad villain of the series is going to come out and go, "Hello, Clarice," and yeah, no. Anyway, I'm just saying. Also, the fact that so Coda was researching helping someone, and also, someone in a bad relationship. And then also the fact that there was Destiny, Backpack, they broke up, da 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 da. So you've got to figure out who Destiny was with. Are they associated with it? Do they know something? Were they perhaps someone that got into a relationship with Destiny to be connected with the person that was once Stabby Joe's descendant? And that was the reason why they were being a clinger and everything else, so they were technically obsessed. Was Backpack the guy we caught? Was Backpack the other person that's the main villain? Clearly it wasn't Coda, though, but I'm just saying. Just kind of curious, right? These are things that we literally and figuratively interfered with an investigation. We literally deleted evidence that would have at least brought some clues or some possibility. While it was funny and everything about deleting Coda's search history, long story short is there wasn't much there, right? There really wasn't much there. So, if anything, we deleted more evidence than we deleted of someone's internet history to preserve their innocence, which bullshit. Listen, plenty of us throughout our existence have looked into things. Either we've been sent things for memes or reels or whatever. We listen, none of our hands are clean, even mine, okay? And I'm as goody two shoes as you can get, and I'm saying that come on. Come on, I guarantee if I could search each and every one of your computers, your phones, and the whole nine yards, and I would find something that someone somewhere would still be appalled by. Well, it's the internet, okay? It's the internet. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.